in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, threw that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit it to the sky, changed haters on a tirade. Talking to their grip in the face, be still, let that hate stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel big from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beats with the slap, pin myself on the map.
What's good, everyone? It's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a look at the performance review of the Kobe 1 Protro in this all-star colorway. So without further ado, let's take a look at the shoes. All right, so as always, to get things started, starting off with the traction pattern on the Kobe 1 Protro. This has a very aggressive kind of herringbone traction pattern with these little like spikes at the heel. This traction pattern is elite on clean floors, but it just bites the floor like crazy. So this is a fantastic traction pattern across the board. In game, in all my lateral movements and linear movements, they were good to go. Now, as far as bringing these outdoors, I would say that you can bring them outdoors because the traction pattern and the rubber itself is very firm and widespread. The traction pattern itself is kind of built like a 90s traction pattern, honestly. It's just elite on all court conditions. So if I had to grade this traction pattern as far as longevity, just its reliability, one thing I will say is it does collect a little bit of dust on dirty floors, but as always, with a quick wipe, you will be good to go and to continue your play without any slide outs on this model from Kobe. So if I had to give this traction pattern a score out of 10, I would have to score these probably, honestly, a 9.5 out of 10. It's just so reliable on any court condition. So as far as the cushioning goes on the Kobe 1 Protro, you are getting a Phylon midsole with a full-length Zoom airbag. Now that does differ from the OGs. The OGs had a very large volume heel Zoom airbag and a 4-foot, I believe it was a Met bag directly under your forefoot. The overall comfort on these is pretty nice. It does take some time to break in. The Phylon does add some nice step-in comfort to the point where you do get a nice little bounce under your step. And then once these are broken in, the full-length Zoom Air is heavenly. It very much reminds me of the Air Jordan 12 once they're broken in. It adds a nice spring to your step and just adds that comfort from the heel all the way to the forefoot to the point where you're getting a very nice balanced ride. Now, who do I think this cushion setup is for? I think it's for everyone. Obviously, the shoe is a bit heavier and not very breathable, but as far as the cushioning goes, I really enjoy the cushioning setup on this model. I just love full-length Zoom Air. I know it's a little bit thinner compared to some of the other airbags, but it definitely does its job and it does it very nicely. Another thing they did do with the Protro model is they did slim down the midsole to the point where you are closer to the floor with the heel and the 4-foot cushioning setup, and that's a good thing for players being closer to the floor to prevent ankle sprains and just offer a very nice balanced ride, but just having that nice spring under your step with that full-length Zoom Air. So as far as the cushioning goes on the Kobe 1 Protro, I'm gonna have to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Now, as far as the fit goes on this model, I'm gonna say it right off the bat, I had to go up half a size because there is a ton of padding within this upper, and it is a leather upper, so it does take some time to break in. A size 10.5, I could not wear. My toe was smashing the end of the shoe. With the 11, I get a little bit of breathing room, but it just offers a very nice, comfortable feeling, especially once they're broken in. The tongue is gusseted, so you're not gonna get any movement within the tongue. There's a ton of padding in the back of the shoe, in the front of the shoe. Overall, it's just a very comfortable shoe, but I will mention right off the bat with this shoe, it does take some time to break in because you do have that kind of 90s-esque leather upper, so be patient with the shoe. Once it breaks in, it's going to feel like a customized fit for your foot, and I think that's a great thing. It's definitely like an early 2000s or late 90s basketball shoe, but as far as the fit goes, I'm gonna have to give these a pretty solid 8 out of 10. Now, as far as the materials go on this model, you are getting a leather upper on the lateral side in white. The black portion on the inside of the shoe is kind of a cracked leather. Overall, this is some great material usage to the point where, yes, it takes time to break in, but it does break in nicely and conform around your foot, kind of like a late 90s basketball shoe, which I think it is a great thing. It does take some time though, so be patient with the shoe. You will like it the more that you wear it. Another thing I will mention right off the bat, the tongue is even leather, so there's really no breathability within this shoe. This is a very hot hoop shoe. You're not getting any airflow within the Kobe 1 OGs, which I did play in high school, or the Protro, so keep that in mind with this model. But the leather itself is pretty soft to the touch. It breaks in really nicely, and I just love the way these feel on foot. Again, though, you do have to be very patient with this model because when you do throw them on, they do feel very stiff. And in the forefoot, they feel a little bit narrow as well. So although this shoe does have some negatives as far as the materials go, like the breathability and airflow, I love the usage of materials. And that's why these are gonna score a very solid 9 out of 10. And then last but not least, the support on this model, in my opinion, is superb all the way around. Now at the back of the shoe, you do have an internal heel counter. It does kind of have this little cutout to act like almost like a low top basketball shoe, but the TPU internal heel counter does a great job of locking your foot in at the back of the shoe and preventing your foot from moving around at all. Moving your way down from that around the base of the ankle collar, you do have a carbon fiber wrap right here that does wrap around the side of the shoe to the medial side and around the back. That adds a little bit more stability at the back of the shoe. It also has a TPU kind of plate underneath the carbon fiber wrap, so it does a great job of offering lateral stability and just stability at the back of the shoe, all things considered. And then the leather upper coupled with this Phylon portion in the forefoot does a great job on those hard lateral cuts to prevent your foot from spilling over the side of the footbed. This shoe also has a very large outrigger on the lateral side, so you won't be going anywhere within this shoe as far as the lateral containment and support with the outrigger. And then to top things off, the shoe has a very wide and stable base at the bottom, also a carbon fiber midfoot shank plate that does wrap up the medial side. So in my opinion, this shoe for its time in 2006 and even here today is a very supportive basketball shoe. One thing I will mention is it does have a leather upper, so you might have to adjust the laces as far as your fit and the support goes, because if you just tie them up and get out there and start playing, they might loosen up a little bit because of the leather breaking in. So keep that in mind. So you might have to adjust everything as far as the fit goes, but the support is great on this model, and that's why it's going to score a very solid 9 out of 10. As far as the weight goes within this model, this is a bit of a heavier shoe. Now, obviously I don't have my scale here. I will throw up the weight of this basketball shoe on the screen from weighing them at home, but it is a heavier basketball shoe considering it has all of these components with the leather, the carbon fiber, the full-length zoom bag, the big chunky Phylon midsole. So keep that in mind. It's probably one of the heaviest Kobe models. Probably the second might be heavier, but all things considered, this is not a very lightweight basketball shoe. So that's going to do it for today's performance review on the Kobe 1 Protro. This shoe is just so nostalgic for me considering I played with these in high school in grade 11. I did pick these up with my own money from shoveling my neighbor's sidewalk. So I do have a history with this colorway and shoe in general. So it's very nice to pick them up for the low and get them back on court here in 2025. So that's going to do it for today's video. As always, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that would definitely help the channel a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace. One last shot. Okay, I lied. We're gonna go one from way back here.